Oh hey guys, didn't see you there. My name is CompDude252, and I am a huge Ghostbusters fan. So today, we're going to be looking at my custom Proton Pack. Many of you may not know this, but the first thing that I ever custom made was a Proton Pack. I don't have any pictures of it, but I made it out of a cardboard box and some packing tape. It was pretty much just an overglorified box sitting on my back held with belts. But for what, 9, 10 years old? I mean, how cool is that? I was one of the coolest kids on the block. And ever since then, I aspired to make the best Proton Pack that has ever been made. I can't say I succeeded, but I definitely got close. I love Ghostbusters. I love the original movies. I love the 2016 movie. Just kidding, that one's hot garbage. And I'm extremely excited for the new movie. Which, fun fact, would have come out already if it weren't for COVID. So here is my Proton Pack. And you might be thinking, well, Comic Dude, it's a Proton Pack. What do you expect? Well, actually, there's a lot more to it. This is actually a fully functioning electronic Proton Pack that I built basically from scratch. I used the Spirit Halloween Proton Pack as the base, and then added everything else myself. So let's get into the details. As you can see, I have done a custom paint job, making it look like it's been scuffed up while catching some ghosts. I added a custom Spectra Strip ribbon cable with not a P-clamp, but actually a wall clamp, so I could stick a volume knob through, so I could adjust the volume whenever I please. I added this ion rod, which I made out of a wooden stick. I added this piece right here from an airsoft gun as a bit of extra detail to hold one of the wires in. See, I actually removed one of the red wires going from here all the way to down here, but I kept the green one. And you may say, well, Comic Dude, that's not accurate. But if you couldn't already tell, this is my Proton Pack, not a replica from the movies. As you can see, I have a fully custom wand. It is the Spirit wand, but it has a bunch of modifications to it. You've got working switches, working buttons, and working lights. But I'll show that off later. Come down here, and we have the actual tube that the proton beams come out of, which is a custom 3D printed tube that I got from Etsy. I attached it on myself, put the lights in, and this is actually tape, because it didn't have the original detail in the first place. You've got the custom wire running through with a sort of hook notch thing on the actual tube itself. And all around there are screws and bolts everywhere. And believe it or not, most of the screws and bolts on this Proton Pack are actually real. Like this one right here that I added next to the custom power cell piece that I made out of a lead pencil holder. Going around to the side, you can see that I actually added custom wires. I actually had to drill the holes out myself, and you can kind of see a little bit of hot glue there, but that's okay. I put in a custom blue lens for the LED strip, custom red lenses for the other LEDs, which, believe it or not, this is actually Sharpie. I was going to show you the whole electronics because, believe it or not, I actually gutted out the original thing and put in all my own custom electronics and detailing. But I lost the video. So unfortunately, I actually can't show you that. And you might be saying, well, just open up the Proton Pack. Well, believe it or not, this thing is a pain in the butt to get open. So I do not plan on getting it open unless I plan on fixing the electronics, which probably won't be anytime soon, so I'm sorry about that. That aside, getting back to the labels, I've actually took an old 1980s label maker and made custom labels for everything. So there you see my name, and on here I actually have an external battery pack. It's a 12 volt, and I keep it on the outside just to give it a bit of extra color to pop. And it just says Ghostbusters on the side. There we go, Ghostbusters. And then right here it actually has an on and off label for the on and off switch. I'll showcase that in a moment. And if you come around to the back, there is also a label right here for my name. And then moving on, we have the Alice frame. So this is actually a real Alice frame. that I mounted myself onto the Proton Pack. All I did was drill holes and zip tie it. And it actually holds surprisingly well. I mean, this thing is solid. So you've got the green straps, the actual frame, this pad right here that supports my back, and these are actually pads that I got from an old pogo stick that I, again, zip tied onto the frame. And now for the electronics demonstration. Turning on this battery pack in the back, turns the actual Proton Pack on, and you will see a flash of light here and there coming from this power cell and the wand. There we go. That indicates that the power is being ran, but the Proton Pack is not on. Once you're done with that, you just flip the switch to turn on the Proton Pack. Proton Pack will start up. Lights will turn on, indicating you are ready to fire. There is actually a strobing light and this vent light, which I actually had to completely redo because I accidentally screwed it all up. And once you're ready to fire, you can fire. And as you can see, this tube is very reflective, so it actually shows the light pretty well. And if you fire for long enough, you'll actually get a special noise from the Ghostbusters video game where the Proton Pack overloads. Then the Proton Pack turns back on, indicating you are ready for fire yet again. And in the future, I do plan on implementing some sort of aerosol smoke venting feature down here in the bottom for the actual vent. Next up, you flip the switch right here at the top to turn on the Slime Blaster mode. The cyclotron lights will turn green and cycle in a distinct pattern. Then once you fire, same thing. Now I do believe this used to light up green, but I think the portion of that for the LED actually burnt out. But I don't really plan on fixing that anytime soon. That's kind of just a minor problem to me right now. And the same thing goes for the slime mode, where if you shoot it long enough, you'll get an overload sound. That was the overload sound, and then just flip the top switch down again to switch to Proton Pack mode. Once you're all done with that, flip the bottom switch down to turn off the pack. And if you keep the actual power supply on and you press this button, it plays the original Ghostbusters theme. How cool is that? It plays the full theme. Oh, copyright. And I guess that's it. Overall, I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out, and I am absolutely, positively sure that this is the best DIY thing that I have ever made, hands down. I will be showcasing the rest of my costume sometime soon in the near future, and I do plan on wearing my Ghostbusters costume for Halloween this year, even though it's probably going to be a total bust. Ah, see what I did there? But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe if you want. Comp2252 signing out.